Imagine if every decision you made came from a place of deep clarity, where the noise of the world couldn't shake you and your mind felt like a calm, steady lake. In a society drowning in distractions and opinions, true clarity has become rare and priceless. Today, we're diving into 6 powerful Buddhist principles that can cut through the chaos, sharpen your focus, and bring you that crystal clear mind you've been searching for. These aren't just ideas, they're tools to help you think with purpose, see with depth, and live with peace. Ready to discover the art of thinking clearly? Let's get started. 1. Cut through the noise. In today's world, our minds are constantly bombarded by information, emails, notifications, news, opinions. This constant influx creates a fog, making it difficult to think clearly. Buddhism emphasizes mindfulness, the practice of bringing attention to the present moment and cutting through this mental noise. To truly understand mindfulness, imagine each thought as a ripple on a still pond. When thoughts are few and far between, the water remains calm, allowing you to see clearly to the bottom. But when countless thoughts rush in, the water becomes turbulent, making it impossible to see. The practice of mindfulness is about reducing these ripples, bringing you back to clarity. Start with small practices like focusing on your breath or observing your surroundings without judgment. The more you practice, the better you become at filtering out distractions. When your mind is still and focused, thinking clearly becomes a natural outcome, allowing you to respond to life's challenges with a calm and centered mind. 2. Master the power of detachment. Buddhism teaches that attachment to outcomes, desires, and expectations can cloud our thinking. When we are attached, we often make decisions out of fear, frustration, or impatience rather than wisdom. Detachment isn't about giving up. Rather, it's about freeing yourself from the grip of rigid expectations. If you're invested in being seen as successful, every setback can feel like a personal failure, clouding your judgment. But when you detach from needing a specific outcome, you're better able to see the situation clearly. Detachment helps you take a step back and look at things objectively. Think of it as taking off tinted glasses that distort reality. By releasing attachment, you free your mind from emotional biases, enabling you to approach challenges with a calm, rational perspective. This detachment empowers you to see things as they are, not as you wish them to be, making room for wisdom and discernment to guide your decisions. 3. Simplify complex thoughts. Our minds have a tendency to overcomplicate problems, creating an intricate web of thoughts that can feel overwhelming. Buddhism teaches the beauty of simplicity, which can be applied to our thinking. By breaking down complex thoughts into smaller, manageable steps, we gain a clearer view of our situation. Imagine that you're faced with a large, daunting task. Instead of letting it overwhelm you, simplify it by breaking it into smaller parts. Take one step at a time. This approach not only makes problems easier to solve, but also reduces anxiety. By focusing on one piece at a time, your mind becomes more centered, allowing you to think with greater clarity and precision. Simplicity is the key to maintaining peace and focus. The less mental clutter you carry, the clearer your thoughts will be. This lesson is about learning to approach every problem with a sense of ease, cutting away unnecessary complications to see the heart of the matter. Lesson 4. Question your assumptions. Buddhism teaches that self-inquiry and introspection are essential for gaining clarity and wisdom. Often, we go through life holding on to beliefs and assumptions we've never really looked at closely. These assumptions can be about ourselves, others, or even the world around us. Because they often sit in the background of our minds, they shape our reactions, decisions, and perceptions without us realizing it. For example, if you have an underlying belief that I am not good enough, you might react defensively or avoid challenges. If you believe people can't be trusted, you may miss opportunities to build meaningful connections. These assumptions can sometimes blind us to alternative perspectives or more balanced ways of seeing things. Clear thinking means questioning these beliefs regularly and not just taking them at face value. When you find yourself in a challenging situation or when you feel stuck, try pausing and asking yourself questions like, "Why do I believe this?" Or, "Is this belief something I truly believe?" Or, "Did I inherit it from others?" This process helps uncover the roots of your assumptions, giving you insights into why you think and feel the way you do. For instance, you might realize that you believe success requires sacrificing happiness because you were raised around people who always worked hard but didn't seem content. Understanding this can help you question if that belief truly aligns with how you want to live your life. By engaging in this practice, you open yourself to new perspectives and possibilities. You may discover that some of your beliefs are based on outdated ideas, misunderstandings, or even external influences like societal expectations or family values, rather than your own insights and experiences. When you begin to break down these mental barriers, you start to see the world with a fresh perspective. Freeing yourself from these biases allows your mind to become more flexible and open, making it easier to approach situations with wisdom and a calm, clear mind. This self-inquiry doesn't mean doubting everything, but rather approaching your beliefs with curiosity. Instead of saying, "This is just how I am," try saying, "Is there another way to see this?" When you challenge your assumptions, you give yourself the freedom to grow and adapt. You might find that certain beliefs no longer serve you, or that they're holding you back from living a fulfilling life. By questioning your assumptions, you not only gain clarity, but also open the door to personal growth and understanding, allowing you to live a life that feels more authentic and aligned with who you truly are. Lesson 5. Embrace delayed judgment. In Buddhism, patience is a cornerstone, especially when it comes to forming judgments or making decisions. In our fast-paced world, we're often encouraged to act quickly, sometimes leading us to judge situations or people without fully understanding them. However, the Buddhist approach of embracing delayed judgment invites us to pause, observe, and reflect before jumping to conclusions. This isn't just about slowing down. It's about creating space for clarity and wisdom to emerge. Imagine a challenging situation at work. Your initial reaction might be to assume that a colleague is unsupportive or even working against you. Acting on this assumption could lead to misunderstandings and unnecessary tension. But if you choose to delay judgment, giving yourself time to gather more information, you're more likely to see things from different perspectives. Perhaps that colleague was simply having a tough day or didn't fully understand your intentions. When we take a step back, we allow ourselves to approach situations more calmly and objectively, which often leads to wiser, more balanced decisions. Delayed judgment also helps us keep our emotions from clouding our thoughts. When we're emotionally charged, be it with frustration, anger, or even excitement, our judgment can become distorted. Embracing delayed judgment means acknowledging these emotions, but not letting them control our actions. Instead, we wait until our emotions settle before we decide or conclude. This shift from impulsive reaction to thoughtful response enables us to handle situations with more composure. While a reaction is often driven by immediate emotions, a response is thoughtful, intentional, and considers the larger context. This practice doesn't mean ignoring situations or avoiding decisions altogether. It's about exercising discernment and understanding when to act and when to wait. Think of it as allowing a cup of muddy water to settle. If you keep stirring it, the water stays cloudy, but if you let it sit, the mud sinks to the bottom, leaving the water clear. Our minds work similarly. When we give ourselves time to let thoughts and emotions settle, clarity follows. In a society where speed is often mistaken for efficiency, embracing delayed judgment may feel counterintuitive. But not every situation demands an immediate response. Practicing delayed judgment fosters patience and confidence in our own wisdom. It allows us to approach decisions with a calm and open mind, considering all aspects of a situation. When we give ourselves this time, we train ourselves to see beyond the surface and gain a deeper understanding of people, situations, and ultimately, ourselves. Delayed judgment also nurtures empathy. By holding back from snap decisions, we're more likely to consider others' perspectives, building stronger relationships, and fostering a sense of understanding. This practice helps us recognize patterns in our own reactions. You may start noticing that certain situations or people consistently trigger quick judgments, highlighting areas for personal growth. This simple pause becomes a tool for self-mastery, helping us respond with grace, even when others might rush to react. As you make delayed judgment a habit, it transforms not only how you think, but also how you interact with the world. You'll begin making choices rooted in clarity and wisdom, building a life that reflects your values and true self. This small act of waiting can create a powerful ripple effect, allowing you to approach life with openness, insight, and a deep sense of inner peace. 6. Strengthen your mental filters. Buddhism puts a strong focus on the state of the mind, and one way to build a calm, steady mind is by improving your mental filters. In a world full of non-stop information, opinions, and distractions, it's easy for our minds to get overwhelmed. Improving your mental filters means being careful about which thoughts, ideas, and beliefs we let stay in our minds. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you're not mindful of what seeds you plant, your thoughts, then weeds can quickly grow and take over, pushing out the calm and focus needed for clear thinking. Mental filters help you decide what to pay attention to and what to let go of. If you're always around negativity, judgment, or constant noise, these can slowly affect your thoughts, shaping how you view yourself and life. By being aware of the content you take in, the talks you have, and the people you spend time with, you can build a space where calm and positive thinking can grow. Strengthening your mental filters means learning to protect your mind by allowing in helpful thoughts and keeping out the ones that don't support you. Social media is often a big source of mental noise. If you're always seeing comparisons, harsh comments, or dramatic news, these things can clutter your mind and raise your stress. By setting limits on what you look at, like cutting back your time online or following accounts that motivate and uplift, you're using your mental filters to keep your mind at peace. This doesn't mean turning away from the world or avoiding challenges, but instead choosing when and how to engage with certain influences so you stay in control of what enters your mind. Another part of building stronger mental filters is learning to manage self-critical thoughts. Many of us have an inner voice that doubts us, judges us, or puts us down. Buddhist teachings guide us to watch this inner talk with kindness and to actively shift negative thoughts into helpful, encouraging ones. If your inner voice keeps saying you're not good enough or that you'll fail, these thoughts create mental blocks, making it harder to think clearly and fairly. By noticing and choosing to let go of these harmful thoughts, you open the door to a more confident and hopeful way of thinking. Being thankful and kind to yourself are powerful ways to make your mental filters stronger. Gratitude helps you notice what's going well in your life, moving your focus away from what's missing or wrong. Self-compassion helps you be gentle with yourself, which reduces the power of self-criticism. By regularly practicing thankfulness and self-kindness, you build mental filters that support clearer thinking, strength, and calm within. Choosing your company wisely is also important for a peaceful mind. If you're often around people who are negative, critical, or always complaining, their mindset can slowly shape yours too. But if you spend time with people who are uplifting, kind, and encouraging, their energy lifts you up and supports your own growth and clarity. This doesn't mean avoiding people who are facing hard times, but instead choosing to connect with those who help support your mental health and personal growth. Strengthening your mental filters also means picking your battles wisely. Not every situation, comment, or opinion is worth your attention. When you learn to let go of things that don't support your peace or growth, you protect your mental energy. This could mean staying out of gossip, releasing grudges, or choosing not to join in pointless arguments. By letting go of what doesn't truly matter, you make room in your mind for the thoughts and actions that do, helping you move through life with more purpose and clarity. With time, as your filters grow stronger, you'll become better at handling life's ups and downs. When negativity shows up, it affects you less because your mind is better trained to block it out. Your mind becomes like a calm, clear pond, undisturbed by outside ripples. This clear thinking helps you make smarter choices, lowers your stress, and helps you live in line with your values and true self. Strengthening your mental filters means being thoughtful about what you let into your mind. By protecting your thoughts, influences, and relationships, you build a mental space that supports calm, clear thinking, and positive growth. This practice gives you the ability to shape your own experience, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. With a well-trained mind, you'll move through life with greater inner strength, balance, and purpose. It's a step toward living in a way where you're not easily distracted, but stay centered with a clear and strong mind. Clear thinking is a skill. It takes practice, patience, and a steady focus on self-awareness. By using these 6 Buddhist principles in your daily life, you can grow a mind that stays steady, not pulled by distractions or attachments. You'll gain the ability to see things calmly and clearly, and respond to life with wisdom and peace. Start with just one principle today and notice how it shifts your mindset. Keep in mind, the path to clear thinking is also the path to lasting inner peace.